Hello everyone, this is your friend Naruto Fix, and we are back with another epic What If Naruto fanfic. Which is, what if Naruto stopped Sasuke's darkness before it ever took root? Part 1. If you love Naruto fanfics, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the journey with me. So, let's start the fanfic. The moon hung low over Konoha, bathing the quiet village in a cold white glow. It was peaceful, calm, almost too peaceful for Naruto's heart, which hammered like a war drum. Because he remembered this night. He remembered everything. The blood, the silence, the screams, the boy alone in the street under a rain of moonlight. Sasuke's eyes wide with horror as his entire clan lay lifeless around him. The night the Uchiha clan fell. Naruto stood at the edge of the district, chest rising and falling rapidly, hands clenched so tight they shook. Not again. Not this time. He had gone through one lifetime of mistakes. One lifetime of war. One lifetime of watching Sasuke drown in hatred until he nearly destroyed the world. And then, in a flash he couldn't explain, he had awakened in the past. Before Team 7. Before the Chunin exams. Before the rooftop fight. Before Sasuke met Orochimaru. And before the darkness ever took root. Naruto felt his throat tighten. He was here to stop it. No matter what it cost him. Fire the night of the massacre, but not as history remembers. The Uchiha district was eerily silent. Too silent. Naruto walked deeper, shadows stretching like long fingers across the empty pathways. Doors hung open, lanterns flickered, windows rattled. He already knew what he would find at the center. Bodies. Cold, still bodies. But when he turned the final corner, he saw something different. A young boy, trembling, knees buckling beneath him, but not crying. Not yet. Sasuke. His face was pale, his breath uneven, his eyes empty, teetering on the edge of madness, trauma, and the first spark of hatred. Naruto felt his heart break. I remember this expression. This is where your fall began. For a moment, Naruto hesitated. Would interfering here change too much? Would he break some natural law of time? Then Sasuke stumbled, almost collapsing, and Naruto moved without thinking. Fire, Sasuke. The shout cut through the dead silence. Sasuke jerked sharply, spinning around, kunai shaking in his small hand. Naruto. Sasuke's voice cracked. What are you doing here? Get out. It's not safe. Naruto didn't listen. He ran straight to Sasuke and grabbed him by the shoulders. Sasuke, look at me. Sasuke trembled under his grip. Don't, Sasuke whispered, eyes shaking. Don't look at me. Don't look at this. Naruto swallowed the lump in his throat. This was the moment Sasuke's heart broke. The moment he swore vengeance. Resentment. Darkness. This was where everything changed. But not this time. Naruto pulled him into a tight hug. Sasuke froze. No one had ever hugged him before. Not like this. Not with this desperation. Not with this warmth. Naruto, what are you doing? Let go. But Naruto held him tighter, voice trembling. I'm not letting go. Not again. You don't have to face this alone. Sasuke's breathing hitched. Then, you don't get it. Quote. His voice cracked. My whole clan, my family, they're all gone. Naruto's eyes softened. And he whispered something he never got to say in the last timeline. I know, and I'm here because I refuse to lose you too. Quote. Sasuke's kunai dropped to the ground with a soft clatter. His small hands clutched Naruto's jacket. And for the first time, Sasuke cried. Not the silent, numb tears of a fallen prodigy, but the broken sobs of an 8-year-old child who had just lost everything. Naruto held him through all of it, jaw tight. Let it out, Sasuke. Just this once, let it out. Minutes passed. Finally, Sasuke whispered, why are you here? Naruto hesitated. The truth, that he knew the future, that he was here to save him, was too heavy. So he spoke the simple truth. Because you're my friend. Sasuke blinked slowly. Friend. Naruto nodded against his hair. I'm not letting hatred swallow you. Not this time. Not ever. Sasuke didn't respond, but he leaned into Naruto's chest. Which was enough. Fire a shadow watches. From the rooftop above, A figure in dark Anbu armor, wearing a weasel mask, froze. The mask hid his expression, but his hands trembled. He had witnessed everything. Naruto appearing. Naruto hugging Sasuke. Naruto stopping the collapse of Sasuke's heart before it began. Itachi Uchiha felt something slam into his chest. Guilt, sorrow, and relief. A soft whisper escaped behind his mask. Naruto, what are you doing for him? Naruto wasn't supposed to be here. Naruto wasn't supposed to help him. But Itachi watched, as his little brother cried into Naruto's arms instead of collapsing alone in the street. He watched, as Naruto became the support Sasuke desperately needed. And for the first time that night, Itachi's heart eased. Just a little. Fire the decision that changes everything. Naruto wiped Sasuke's cheeks gently. Sasuke, listen to me. Sasuke sniffed, eyes red. What? You're going to want answers. You're going to want revenge. You're going to want pain to stop. Sasuke looked down. Naruto lifted his chin. But you won't go through it alone. I'll walk with you, every step. Sasuke's fingers tightened around Naruto's sleeve. You promise? Naruto smiled, tears burning behind his eyes. I promise. And when I make a promise, I never go back on my word. Sasuke blinked. Your ninja way. Naruto nodded. And starting today, we're in this together. No darkness, no loneliness, no losing yourself. Sasuke's small voice was almost a whisper. Thank you, Naruto. Naruto hugged him once more. I'll protect you this time. Even if the world tries to pull you into darkness, I'll pull you back, before it ever takes root. Naruto had returned in time, but this timeline felt even heavier than he expected. Sasuke, only 12, walked with a cold quietness, but not the same hatred Naruto remembered. It wasn't dark yet, but it was starting. A faint shadow, a wound that hadn't bled out, but was slowly poisoning him. Naruto's heart tightened. If I fail here, everything happens again. Naruto's silent promise. That morning at the academy, Iruka called roll. Kids laughed, whispered, but Naruto was staring at Sasuke. Sasuke sat alone, elbows on the desk, eyes fixed on the window. He wasn't angry. He wasn't hostile. He was just empty. Like a kid trying to live while carrying a world that kept crushing him. Naruto swallowed. In the future, I kept fighting Sasuke's darkness after it had already swallowed him. But this time, I'll stop it before it even begins. First move, break the wall. Iruka dismissed class early for lunch. Everyone rushed out, except Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto walked straight to him. Sasuke didn't turn. Why are you staring, Dobe? Naruto grinned. Because you look lonely. Sasuke froze for half a second, surprised, but masked it quickly. I'm not. You are, Naruto said, softer than Sasuke expected. But it's okay. I'm here. Sasuke blinked. This wasn't the loud-mouthed idiot he expected. Something about Naruto's tone felt mature, warm, familiar. Sasuke looked away. You don't know anything about me. Quote. Naruto stepped closer. I know you lost people who meant everything. Sasuke's breath hitched. I know it hurts every night. Sasuke's hands clenched. And I know you think you have to carry that pain alone. Quote. Sasuke's voice cracked, barely audible. Why would you say that? Naruto smiled sadly. Because I had no one to. I know that feeling. For the first time, Sasuke looked at him, really looked. Searching, confused, and something inside his chest shifted. A tiny crack in the darkness. Second move, make him laugh. Naruto grabbed Sasuke's wrist suddenly. Come on. What? Where are we? Somewhere better. They ran across the village until they reached a small hill overlooking Konoha. A quiet place where the breeze felt light and the sky looked endless. Naruto dropped onto the grass. Sit, he ordered. Sasuke sighed but sat. Then Naruto offered him a rice ball he'd bought with the last of his allowance. Sasuke stared. You want to share your food? Naruto smirked. Why? You scared I poisoned it? Quote. TCH. Sasuke took a bite. His eyes widened a little. It was good. Naruto laughed. You like it? I didn't say that. You didn't have to. Your face said it. Sasuke scowled, but the corner of his lips twitched upward for half a second. It was small, barely there, but Naruto saw it. That smile, tiny, fragile, but real, felt like a victory bigger than any battle. Third move, plant the seed. Naruto lay back on the grass, staring at the clouds. Sasuke, you don't have to chase power alone. Sasuke stiffened. I'm not. You are, Naruto whispered. I can see it. Sasuke looked away. Naruto continued, voice steady. One day, I'm gonna be strong. Strong enough to protect everyone. But he paused. I want you next to me. Sasuke's eyes widened. Naruto turned to him. We'll get stronger together. You don't have to walk a dark path to find your answers. Quote, for the first time, something flickered in Sasuke's eyes that wasn't grief or anger. Hope. A small, uncertain hope. Sasuke's question. The wind blew softly. Sasuke finally spoke. Naruto. Quote, yeah, why do you care so much? Naruto closed his eyes for a second. Because in the future, I lost you 1,000 times. But he couldn't say that. So he said the truth hidden beneath it. Because you're my friend, even if you don't believe it yet. Quote, Sasuke stared at him. In his heart, a darkness he didn't even realize was forming, stopped for a moment. And Naruto felt it. A tiny victory. The first step to saving him. Naruto had taken the first step. But stopping Sasuke's darkness wasn't going to be as simple as one conversation or one shared lunch. Darkness doesn't die in a day. It fades slowly, only when someone keeps pulling you back toward the light. Naruto knew this, and he was ready. The next day, a crack in Sasuke's armor. At the academy, Sasuke walked in with his usual cold face. But unlike every other day, his eyes searched the room, almost unconsciously. Looking for someone. Naruto. Sasuke immediately scowled at himself for even caring. But when Naruto barged in through the door, late, loud, and grinning, Sasuke felt something weird. Relief. He quickly looked away. Naruto saw that tiny reaction. And smiled. Good, he's starting to rely on me, even if he doesn't know it yet. Iruka's sparring lesson. Naruto sees the real danger. Today, Iruka said, you'll spar one-on-one. Friendly matches only. But Naruto knew this timeline too well. There was nothing friendly about Sasuke when he fought. He fought like someone with something to prove. Someone trying to outrun ghosts. When Sasuke's name was called, he stepped into the ring with a blank expression, but Naruto saw the storm underneath. The darkness was still small, but Naruto could already feel it pulsing behind Sasuke's eyes. This is what I have to stop. Sasuke versus a top student. Sasuke's opponent was Ren, fast, strong, proud. Ren smirked. Don't hold back, Uchiha. Sasuke's fingers twitched. He remembered Itachi. He remembered failure. And something ugly, sharp, painful shot through him. Naruto's eyes widened. Sasuke, no, you're not supposed to feel that yet. Ren rushed forward. Sasuke moved in a blur. One strike. A perfect dodge. A sweeping kick. Ren was on the ground gasping before he even understood what happened. The class cheered, but Naruto didn't, because Sasuke didn't stop. He lunged again, fist raised, eyes cold. Ren flinched in fear. Iruka yelled, Sasuke, enough, but Sasuke didn't hear him. He was somewhere else, in the night, in the blood, in the screaming. Naruto saw it, saw his friend slipping into a memory, into the darkness. Naruto acts before it's too late. Naruto jumped over the barrier and grabbed Sasuke's wrist mid-strike. Sasuke, that's enough. Sasuke froze, not because Naruto held him back, but because of the look Naruto gave him. Not anger, not fear, just understanding. Sasuke's breath shook. He stepped back, eyes wide, confused, embarrassed. Ashamed. The class whispered. Ren scrambled away. Iruka sighed in relief. But Sasuke, he was trembling. For the first time, he realized something terrifying. He didn't trust himself. Naruto doesn't let him run away. As soon as the class ended, Sasuke tried to leave quickly. To hide his frustration, his shame, his fear of the part of himself he couldn't control. But Naruto blocked the door. "Move," Sasuke said quietly. "No, move, Naruto." "Nope." Sasuke clenched his fists. "Why do you keep interfering?" Naruto stepped closer. "Because I can see what's happening to you. Even if you can't." Sasuke's eyes widened. Naruto lowered his voice. "You think that strength is the only way to never feel helpless again." Quote. Sasuke flinched. "But strength without someone holding you is just another kind of loneliness." Sasuke looked away, jaw tight. "I don't need anyone." Naruto smiled, not mocking, not loud, but warm. "You needed someone today." That hit Sasuke harder than any punch. And Sasuke breaks a little. A shaky whisper slipped out before he could stop it. "Why do you care so much about me?" Naruto answered without hesitation. "Because I don't want you to drown in the same darkness I escaped from." Sasuke's breath caught. Something in him cracked. Something he'd kept tightly sealed. But instead of arguing or pushing Naruto away, Sasuke asked a question he never had the courage to ask anyone. "If I fall again, will you pull me back?" Naruto didn't even blink. "I'll pull you back every time." Sasuke stared at him, and for the first time, the darkness inside him paused. Just a little, but enough. The hallway outside the academy training ground was quiet. Too quiet. Sasuke stood frozen, staring at Naruto as if hearing something impossible, something unreal. No one had ever said words like those to him. No one had ever offered something so simple, yet so unreachable. "If you fall again, I'll pull you back." Sasuke felt the wall he'd built around himself tremble. That cold fortress he relied on. That shield he used to keep every hurt away. And every person even farther. It wavered. Naruto took a breath, watching him. Not pushing. Not demanding. Not expecting. Just present. That was what made Sasuke's chest tighten. Naruto wasn't asking him to be strong. Or perfect. Or an avenger. Or anything more than a lonely boy who needed someone. For Sasuke, that was terrifying. And yet, somewhere inside, a spark he didn't recognize flickered. Sasuke tries to walk away, but Naruto follows. The hallway air felt heavy. Sasuke finally tore his eyes away. "You don't know anything." Quote. His voice was quiet, barely audible. Not angry, not cold, confused. Naruto stepped beside him, matching his pace. "I know enough." "No, you don't." Sasuke's fist tightened. "You don't know what it's like to wake up and feel like something is missing from your chest. Like a piece of you is gone. Like." He stopped. That much vulnerability. He hated himself for letting it slip. Naruto didn't speak. He didn't need to. Sometimes silence is louder than words. Sasuke breathed shakily. "Just stop following me." "No." Sasuke exhaled harshly. "You're annoying." Naruto grinned softly. "You've said that before. Multiple times, actually." Sasuke clicked his tongue, but the sharp irritation he expected to feel wasn't there. Instead, there was warmth. Foreign warmth. Uncomfortable warmth. The kind that made him want to stay instead of run. And that scared him more than anything. Naruto changes the timeline with one small act. He walks home with Sasuke. In the original timeline, Sasuke always walked home alone. His path followed the same route every day. Down the long stone steps. Past the quiet river. Through the silent Uchiha streets. Until he reached the empty house he never entered willingly. But today, Naruto walked beside him. No loud chatter. No stupid jokes. Just quiet company. Sasuke kept glancing sideways. "Why are you still here?" Naruto shrugged. "Because you looked like you shouldn't be alone right now." Quote. Sasuke scoffed. "I'm always alone. Not today." That made Sasuke stop walking. Just stop. His breath hitched. His voice dropped. "Don't say things like that." Naruto blinked. "Why?" "Because." Sasuke looked away sharply. "I might start believing them." Naruto's heart clenched. Good. That's exactly what he wanted. A rare moment, Sasuke opens a door Naruto never saw before. They stood at the entrance of the Uchiha district. Wide, Silent, cold, but different this time. Naruto noticed something he'd missed in his old timeline. Every house looked clean, maintained, swept, even though no one lived in them anymore. Sasuke had been taking care of the entire clan district by himself. Not because anyone asked, because he didn't want their memory to fade. Naruto's throat tightened. Sasuke, you've been doing all this alone. Sasuke bristled. Someone had to. You shouldn't have to. Quote, no one else will. Naruto stepped closer. I will. Sasuke's eyes widened, shaken. You don't, you can't understand. I can. Naruto's voice was quiet, pained, honest. I know what it's like to take on a burden that's too heavy because no one else is there. I know what it's like to want someone to just show up. Sasuke swallowed hard. Why do you keep saying these things? Because they're true. Sasuke looked away again, jaw tight. You're an idiot. Quote, probably, Naruto said, smiling. But I'm your idiot now. Sasuke froze. No comeback. No insult. Just silence. The kind that breaks chains instead of building them. Inside the Uchiha home, a scene Naruto never saw in the old timeline. Sasuke hesitated at the door of his dark, silent house. Naruto stood patiently. You don't have to let me in, Naruto said softly. I'm okay waiting. Sasuke's throat tightened. No one had ever given him a choice like that. Not forced their way in. Not walked away either. Just waited for him to decide. So Sasuke opened the door. Naruto stepped inside, his heart squeezing at what he saw. Every photo dusted. Every shelf clean. Every object exactly in its place. Like a ghostly attempt to preserve a perfect world that was gone forever. Naruto whispered, you come home to this every day, alone. Sasuke didn't answer. He sat down where he used to sit with his family. Naruto quietly sat beside him. Not talking, not pushing, just present. Sasuke inhaled shakily. I don't remember their voices anymore. Naruto looked at him gently. I'll help you remember. Sasuke's eyes widened, glossy, confused, fragile. How? By giving you new ones to hold on to. That broke Sasuke. Not loudly, not messily, just a quiet crumble of a boy who had held himself together for too long. He didn't cry, he didn't shake, he just lowered his head, and for the first time, let himself feel something that wasn't anger or loneliness. Naruto didn't touch him. He knew Sasuke wasn't ready for that. Not yet, but he stayed, silently promising. I'll be here when you are. And Sasuke felt that promise settle in his chest like a fragile new heartbeat. Later that night, Sasuke does something he never did before. After hours of quiet, Sasuke finally stood. Naruto stood with him. Sasuke walked him to the door. But before Naruto stepped out, Sasuke spoke. Voice calm, steady, but trembling underneath. Naruto. Naruto paused. Yes, come back tomorrow. Quote. Naruto smiled softly. I will. Sasuke looked away, pretending not to be affected. Don't be late. I won't. Naruto left. Sasuke closed the door, and for the first time in years, the house didn't feel empty. Because someone was coming back. And far away, someone notices the change in Sasuke. A figure stood on a rooftop overlooking the village. Eyes sharp, silent, watching. Itachi Uchiha. He sensed something unusual in Sasuke's chakra. A warmth that hadn't existed since the massacre. A warmth that wasn't his own. Naruto Uzumaki, Itachi murmured, eyes narrowing. You're changing him. The wind rustled his cloak. And for the first time, he isn't alone. Quote. Itachi closed his eyes, a dangerous softness flickering in them. Perhaps the future is shifting. If you want, I will continue part 1 with maximum words, showing Naruto becoming Sasuke's first real support. Sasuke slowly trusting Naruto with memories of his family. The first moment the darkness recoils because Naruto reaches him emotionally. Itachi secretly watching, wondering how the timeline is changing. A deeper bond forming even before Team 7. Night had settled over Konoha. A calm, gentle night for everyone else. But not for Sasuke. Not for the boy who lay awake, staring at the ceiling of a house filled only with memories. Not for the boy whose world had been stained in red. Not for the boy who suddenly, unexpectedly, felt something warm for the first time in years. Naruto. Naruto's voice. Naruto's promise. Naruto's presence. It echoed softly inside him like the faintest pulse of light. Sasuke turned on his side, frowning at the ceiling. He hated it. He hated that Naruto's words stuck with him. He hated that someone broke into the loneliness he'd carefully built. He hated that something inside him wanted it. Idiot, Sasuke murmured to the empty room. But the room didn't feel as empty as yesterday. The next morning, Naruto arrives early. For once, Naruto didn't oversleep. He practically sprinted to the Uchiha district, stopping in front of Sasuke's gate, rubbing his hands together nervously. He remembered this place differently. Filled with police patrols, stern faces, families, laughter he was never allowed near. Now it was silent. Sasuke emerged seconds later, surprised to see Naruto standing there before sunrise. "You're early." Naruto grinned. "Didn't want to be late." Sasuke's expression twitched, just slightly. Barely noticeable, but something in his eyes softened. They walked to the academy together, side by side, like it was the most natural thing in the world. But for Sasuke, it was terrifying, because it felt natural. At the academy, whispers begin. They reached class. Silence. Then whispers. "Why is Naruto with Sasuke? Since when are they friends?" Quote, "Did he force Sasuke somehow? No way Sasuke hangs out with someone like him." Naruto ignored it. Sasuke didn't. His fists tightened. The old Sasuke would have snapped at them. Glared. Walked away. Built another wall. But today, he breathed out quietly and sat down, next to Naruto. Everyone stared. Naruto rubbed the back of his head and leaned in. "They're just jealous we're hanging out." "You talk too much," Sasuke muttered. "Then tell me to shut up." Sasuke didn't. He just looked forward, and Naruto smiled knowingly. Iruka notices something new. Iruka walked in, pausing mid-step. Sasuke and Naruto, sitting together. Quote, Naruto waved. Sasuke didn't. Iruka blinked, but didn't question it. Lesson started. Naruto wasn't paying attention, he was doodling a terrible drawing of a bird. Sasuke glanced over, deadpan. "That looks nothing like a bird." Quote, "It's abstract. It's garbage. It's creative garbage." Sasuke exhaled sharply, not annoyed, but almost amused. It hit him suddenly. He hadn't felt that emotion in years. A sudden attack, a rogue shinobi storms the academy. Everything changed in one instant. A scream echoed from outside. Shouts. Breaking wood. Iruka's face paled. "Everyone stay inside. Lock the doors." Before anyone could move, the wall exploded inward. A masked rogue shinobi staggered into the room, wounded, panting. A missing nin desperately escaping pursuit. Iruka stepped in front of the students. "Stay behind me." But the rogue shinobi's eyes were wild. Panicked. Dangerous. He grabbed a kunai and lunged. Straight toward the students. Kids screamed. Iruka couldn't block in time. Naruto didn't think. He jumped. Sasuke, move. Sasuke froze only for a heartbeat. Just enough for Naruto to shove him back and take the attack himself. The kunai sliced across Naruto's shoulder. Blood sprayed. "Naruto!" Iruka yelled. Sasuke's world snapped open. That moment, that sight, Naruto getting hurt for him. Something inside Sasuke detonated. Not darkness, not fury, something else. A fierce, raw terror of losing someone. A terror he hadn't felt since that night. The rogue turned toward him again. Naruto staggered, but stayed standing. Sasuke stepped in front of him. His voice was ice, controlled, sharp. "Touch him again, and I'll kill you." It wasn't anger. It was instinct. Naruto's breath caught, not because Sasuke was threatening a shinobi, but because his voice wasn't empty anymore. It was full of something Naruto had waited years to hear. Sasuke awakens something early. The rogue nin rushed forward. Iruka yelled. The class screamed. Sasuke moved, faster than he should at his age. Reflexes carved from trauma, speed born from survival. Precision inherited from a clan of prodigies. The rogue ninja didn't expect a child to counter. Sasuke ducked under the attack, struck the elbow, kicked the shin, swung a chair to break the man's balance, and twisted, forcing him to fall. Iruka finished it with a knockout blow. The room fell silent. Breathing hard, Sasuke turned, and felt the heat of Naruto's blood on his hand. Naruto smiled weakly. Guess, I saved you first, huh? Sasuke stared at him. His voice was dangerously soft. Don't ever do that again. Quote. Naruto blinked. Do what? Put yourself between me and danger. Naruto grinned. Too late. I'll do it every time. Sasuke's hands shook. In fear. In anger. No. In something deeper. Idiot. But his voice cracked. Naruto saw it. Sasuke wasn't angry because Naruto got hurt. He was scared. Terrified. Naruto whispered gently. Sasuke, I'm okay. You're bleeding. Just a scratch. It could have been worse. Quote. But it wasn't. Sasuke inhaled sharply, the smallest tremble in his breath. Don't make me lose someone again. Naruto's eyes softened. You won't. Iruka watches something he's never seen before. Iruka approached, bandaging Naruto's shoulder. But his eyes were on Sasuke, who refused to move away from Naruto's side. Naruto, Iruka whispered, you protected him. Naruto shrugged. He's important. Quote. Sasuke stiffened, face slowly flushing despite the stoic mask. Iruka smiled sadly. Maybe both of you will save each other. Sasuke didn't respond, but he didn't deny it either. After school, Sasuke won't leave Naruto alone. Naruto tried to stand. He wobbled. Sasuke caught him by the arm instantly. I can walk myself, team. No. Sasuke's tone left no space for argument. Naruto blinked. You sound like a responsible person, unlike you. Naruto laughed. Sasuke didn't. He was still shaken, still angry at the danger, still terrified of the idea of losing something he'd barely begun to understand. He walked Naruto home, not letting go once. When they reached Naruto's door, Naruto grinned. You didn't have to walk me. Sasuke looked away. You're hurt. It's fine. You are hurt. Yes, so I'm staying until you're safe. Quote. Naruto blinked. That's new. Sasuke glared. Shut up. But he followed him inside. And for the first time, Naruto watched Sasuke step into his home. Not as a rival, not as a stranger, but as someone who refused to let him be alone while bleeding. Inside Naruto's apartment, roles reverse. Naruto sat on the table as Sasuke cleaned the wound. You know, Naruto muttered, you're acting like you were the one who got cut. Sasuke's grip tightened. Stop talking. Nervous. No, you're shaking. I said. Sasuke stopped. He was shaking. Not from anger. From fear. Naruto stared softly. Hey, I'm okay. Sasuke closed his eyes. I thought. His voice cracked. I thought you'd disappear, too. Naruto felt something warm spread in his chest. He placed a hand on Sasuke's wrist. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. Sasuke didn't move away. He didn't speak. He just stood there, a boy who lost everything. Finding something new, something fragile, something real, a bond forming before the curse of revenge could ever take root. A flame of light flickering before darkness could grow. And Naruto knew, he was exactly where he needed to be. If you want, I will continue part 1 with maximum words, showing Sasuke slowly depending on Naruto emotionally. The first sparks of trust that changed the entire future. Itachi noticing the shift in the timeline. Naruto stopping early signs of trauma. The first moment Sasuke smiles for real. Konoha beginning to notice their bond. Night settled over Naruto's apartment, but neither boy slept. Naruto leaned against the wall, bandaged shoulder aching. Sasuke sat in the chair opposite him, back straight, jaw tight, eyes stubbornly fixed on the floor. He didn't leave, not even after Naruto insisted he was fine. Not even after the bleeding stopped. Not even after an hour of silence. Naruto finally spoke. You can go home, you know. Sasuke didn't look up. I said I'd stay until you're safe. Naruto smiled weakly. You realize that means you'll be stuck here all night. Then I'll stay all night. Naruto blinked. Why? Sasuke's throat tightened. His voice lowered. Because if something happened while you were alone, and I knew I could have stopped it. He swallowed hard. I wouldn't forgive myself. Naruto stared. This wasn't the cold, distant Sasuke from the old timeline. This was the Sasuke who could have been. If someone had reached him early enough. If someone refused to let him drown. If someone showed up before the darkness did. And Naruto silently swore, he will be that someone. Sasuke sees something he never saw before. Naruto eventually dozed off, exhaustion finally pulling him under. Sasuke didn't move. He watched Naruto's face, relaxed, peaceful, unguarded. For a moment, Sasuke felt something unfamiliar. Warmth. Naruto's apartment was messy, small, and loud with personality. But it had something Sasuke's house didn't. Life. The walls weren't silent. The air didn't feel empty. Even in sleep, Naruto's presence filled the space with something Sasuke couldn't name. It made him feel strange. A little jealous, a little comforted, a little, at home. He shook his head and looked away, cheeks warm. Stupid. But he didn't leave, not even when the sun rose. Naruto wakes up, and danger returns. Naruto blinked awake, rubbing his eyes. Sasuke. Sasuke sat exactly where he was last night. Did you seriously stay? You talk too much. Naruto laughed. Sasuke didn't smile, but his eyes softened. Then, a sudden whistle of steel. Naruto reacted instantly, grabbing Sasuke and pulling him down. A kunai stabbed into the wall where Sasuke's head was. Naruto's heart stopped. Sasuke froze. Naruto whispered, "Get behind me." Sasuke's eyes widened. No, but Naruto stepped forward anyway. A masked shinobi stood at the window. Not the same rogue from yesterday. A different one. A hunter. Naruto's blood ran cold. He sensed something dark. Something that shouldn't be in Konoha. Sasuke grabbed Naruto's arm. "We fight together." Naruto turned sharply. "No, you stay back." Sasuke's voice rose, cracking. "I don't want to watch someone die again." Naruto stiffened. Sasuke was trembling. His fists clenched. His breathing uneven. Naruto placed both hands on Sasuke's shoulders. "You won't, I promise." Sasuke stared into Naruto's blue eyes. Steady, bright, determined, unchanged by fear. He felt something shift inside. A thread tightening, a bond forming, but the masked attacker lunged. The first time Naruto shows his true strength early. Naruto grabbed Sasuke, pushed him aside, and dropped into a stance Konoha kids weren't supposed to know. Advanced, refined, deadly. The masked ninja hesitated, shocked. Naruto's voice dropped. "You picked the wrong house." He vanished. Sasuke's eyes widened. Naruto was fast. Too fast for an academy student. The shinobi swung. Naruto ducked, kicked his knee, slammed an elbow into his ribs, then twisted behind him in a blur. One clean hit to the neck, and the attacker collapsed. Finished. Sasuke stared at Naruto like he was seeing a ghost. What was that? Naruto scratched his cheek. Training. Sasuke's eyes narrowed dangerously. Training. That looked like Anbu-level taijutsu. Naruto froze. He messed up. Naruto quickly turned away. Well, anyway, crisis averted. Sasuke didn't buy it, but he didn't press, because something else caught his attention. Naruto's hands were shaking, not with fear, with anger. Naruto clenched his fists. Why? A shinobi suddenly attacking. Why here? Why now? It's because of me, Sasuke murmured quietly. Naruto turned sharply. What? They're after my Sharingan. Sasuke lowered his eyes. You got hurt yesterday because of me. And now? Naruto grabbed his face, hands on both cheeks, forcing him to look up. Sasuke froze, breath catching. Naruto's voice was low, fierce, serious. Don't you dare blame yourself. Sasuke swallowed hard. If they come for you again, they'll have to get through me. Sasuke's heart stumbled. He whispered, "Why are you doing this?" Naruto smiled softly. "Because you're worth protecting." Sasuke's face went red. He jerked away. "Idiot. You can't just say things like that. Naruto laughed. Sasuke looked away, hiding a tremble in his lips. Leaf Anbu arrive, and recognize a change. 10 masked Anbu stormed in, surrounding the downed attacker. One of them froze when he saw Naruto and Sasuke together. These two again. Another whispered. This is not normal. Someone is targeting Uchiha Sasuke specifically. The captain stepped forward. We will increase surveillance on both boys. Naruto stiffened. Sasuke noticed. Is something wrong? Naruto forced a smile. Nothing. But deep inside, Naruto understood something terrifying. Someone was moving early in this timeline. Someone was targeting Sasuke before darkness, before Orochimaru, before the Chunin exams. And if Naruto wasn't here today, Sasuke would have died. This timeline was changing too fast. Too dangerously. Naruto clenched his fists. He needed to protect Sasuke. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. On the rooftop, Itachi watches again. Itachi stood silently under the morning sun. He had seen everything. Naruto's speed, Naruto's technique, Naruto's protectiveness, and Sasuke's trembling voice. Don't make me lose someone again. Itachi closed his eyes, whispering. Naruto Uzumaki, what are you becoming to him? Quote. His voice wavered. And how much will this change, the fate I carved? The day ends, but part 1 still isn't done. That evening, Sasuke walked Naruto home again. But this time, their shoulders brushed. Neither moved away. Naruto smiled. Sasuke looked away, face red. But he didn't deny it. When they reached the door. See you tomorrow, Naruto said. Sasuke hesitated. Then, Naruto, yeah, don't disappear. Quote. Naruto smiled gently, deeply. I won't, not in this lifetime. Sasuke's breath caught. And something fragile, something powerful, something that could change the entire future, finally began to bloom. If you want, I'll continue part 1 even more with maximum length. Showing. Naruto preventing Sasuke's emotional isolation. Itachi secretly confronting Naruto. Sasuke beginning to trust Naruto with memories of his family. Sakura and others noticing the growing bond. Dark forces accelerating the timeline. The moment Naruto stops the first spark of revenge. Sasuke's footsteps echoed softly in the empty training ground, leaving Naruto alone under the silver glow of the moon. For a few moments, Naruto said nothing. He simply watched his friend walk away, not with the cold distance that had once defined their bond in Naruto's old timeline, but with a quiet, confused vulnerability. A version of Sasuke Naruto had never truly seen. He's still reachable, so much earlier than before, Naruto whispered under his breath. But as Sasuke disappeared from sight, Naruto felt another presence, faint, careful, watching. He didn't turn. You can come out now. A figure stepped from behind the trees, arms crossed, expression serious yet puzzled. Kakashi. His visible eye curved slightly. Ah, so you noticed me. I guess even freshly graduated genin can surprise you sometimes. Quote. Naruto turned to face him, masking the decades of experience behind a kid's face. You were listening. Not intentionally. Kakashi tucked his hands into his pockets. But hearing Sasuke talk like that wasn't normal. You two don't usually have conversations like that. Naruto gave a small, almost sad smile. Maybe it's time things change, sensei. Kakashi studied him. Really studied him. There was something different about Naruto, something older behind those bright blue eyes. Earlier today, Kakashi said, you fought with precision far beyond what Iruka says you normally show. And tonight, you spoke to Sasuke like someone who already understands him. He stepped closer. Naruto, what happened to you? Quote. Naruto's breath stilled. This Kakashi wasn't his mentor who guided him through wars. This Kakashi hadn't seen Obito again, hadn't become Hokage, hadn't lived long enough to understand Naruto's maturity. He was still just the copy ninja. The guarded, grieving prodigy. If I tell you, Naruto said slowly, would you even believe me? Kakashi blinked, the slightest show of hesitation. Try me. Naruto didn't tell him everything. But he told him enough. Not about time travel. Not about Kaguya or the Fourth War. But he told Kakashi he had seen a future where Sasuke fell into darkness. Where he fought alone. Where he blamed Itachi for everything. Where revenge consumed him. Naruto described the hatred, the loneliness, the endless cycle Sasuke was trapped in. He spoke with such raw, truthful detail that Kakashi felt a chill run through him. Naruto, how do you know all this? Naruto looked at the sky. Because I've lived with the regret of not stopping it sooner. Kakashi's breath hitched, the tone, the weight, the maturity behind those words. It wasn't the voice of a boy. It was the voice of someone who had buried friends. Tell me one thing, Kakashi said quietly. In that future of yours, was Sasuke alone? Naruto shook his head. No, he had me, and I failed him. Silence thickened between them. Kakashi finally sighed. You're hiding something. But, his voice softened. Whatever the reason, your resolve is real. Naruto stared. Kakashi continued. If you truly want to save Sasuke, you won't do it alone. For a moment, Naruto's eyes widened. Kakashi's gaze drifted toward the path Sasuke had taken. Uchiha hearts are complicated. The grief runs deeper than ours. If what you say is true, Sasuke is already carrying too much for a boy his age. Naruto felt a lump in his throat. Kakashi wasn't just speaking as a sensei. He was speaking as someone who had lost Obito, someone who knew what a falling Uchiha looked like. And what it cost. Naruto, Kakashi said, stepping closer, you're not wrong for wanting to change things. Just remember, he placed a firm hand on Naruto's shoulder. Saving someone isn't about being stronger. It's about being there before they fall. Naruto's breath trembled. Kakashi understood, even without knowing the future. Naruto nodded. I won't let him fall this time. Good. Kakashi started walking away. Because tomorrow, we begin. Naruto blinked. Begin what? Kakashi didn't turn around. Training that shouldn't happen for years. You want to save Sasuke. Then you'll need power worthy of your resolve. Quote. Naruto's heart pounded. Was Kakashi accelerating their training? Meet me at Training Ground 7 tomorrow before sunrise, Kakashi said. And don't tell Sakura. Naruto grinned widely, an expression too big to hide. Oh, I won't. Believe it. Kakashi stopped briefly, eye narrowing in amusement. Still dramatic, I see. And with a puff of smoke, he disappeared into the night. Naruto was alone again, and yet, for the first time in this timeline, he didn't feel alone at all. He looked up at the stars. Sasuke was within reach. Kakashi was willing to help. And he had a chance to change everything. Naruto whispered into the quiet night. Sasuke, this time, I'll protect you before you even understand you need protecting. Quote. His fist clenched. No darkness, no vengeance, no loneliness. I'll rewrite everything. Databio. He turned toward home, ready for tomorrow. And as he walked, a faint warmth brushed past him. The faintest echo of Kurama's future self watching him proudly. The moon hung low over Konoha, draping the village in a cool, silver hush. Naruto walked along the quiet street, hands behind his head, mind racing 1,000 miles ahead of his feet. He knew tomorrow was the true beginning. Not the bell test, not the formation of Team 7. But the moment he would start rewriting an entire future. Naruto's apartment, midnight. The moment he shut the door behind him, his smile faded. The room felt small, too quiet, too unfamiliar compared to the home he would eventually build with friends, family, and a village that loved him. For a second, a strange ache stirred in his chest. Man, it's weird being back here. He looked around at the messy apartment, the expired milk, the cup ramen stacks, the poorly kept bed. Future Naruto had lived in a house filled with warmth, laughter, and memories. This was loneliness in solid form. He let out a shaky breath. Doesn't matter. I'm not staying like this. Naruto shut his eyes and focused. Kurama. Even though the Nine Tails in this timeline didn't trust him yet, Naruto could still feel a faint trace of his partner's lingering chakra, the future version that had merged with him through time. A dull, deep rumble echoed inside him. Don't get cocky, brat. Naruto's heart jumped. Kurama's voice, even if faint, still felt like a mountain speaking. Kurama, you're still here, he whispered. Only as a fragment, idiot. The me in this time won't help you. But I, the future me, won't let you start from zero either. Naruto grinned. Then let's catch Sasuke before anything breaks him. The fragment of Kurama's laughter rolled like distant thunder. You'll need strength and patience. Uchiha stubbornness makes even-tailed beasts look reasonable. Hey, tell me about it. Meanwhile, Uchiha compound. Sasuke sat on the Engawa outside his house, staring into the empty courtyard as shadows rippled like ghosts along the walls. Naruto's words repeated in his mind. You're not alone, team. It bothered him, confused him, and strangely, relieved him. Because deep inside, Sasuke had always feared one thing more than losing Itachi. Becoming forgotten. He thought Naruto was just loud and annoying. He thought Naruto didn't understand anything about him. But that look in Naruto's eyes tonight. It felt like Naruto had seen everything he had never spoken aloud. Sasuke clenched his fists. Why do you look at me like you know something I don't, Dobe? The wind whispered through the empty grounds. Sasuke didn't know it yet. But this was the first time his heart wavered away from the darkness waiting in his future. Training Ground 7, pre-dawn. Naruto arrived earlier than early. The sun hadn't even started thinking about rising yet. He stretched, spun, and cracked his knuckles. All right, today's the day. Kakashi-sensei is gonna train me seriously. He better not be late. Who are you calling late? Naruto jumped. Kakashi stood behind him silently, arms crossed, for once not holding an orange book. You're early, Kakashi shrugged. You're different lately, and I intend to find out how far that difference goes. Naruto swallowed. This wasn't the lazy, teasing Kakashi he was used to. This was the copy ninja, legendary, feared, respected, the man who carried entire Anbu missions on his shoulders. Kakashi tossed something. Naruto caught it. A kunai, but not an ordinary one. It was balanced, sharpened, Anbu grade with a weighted ring. Naruto blinked. This isn't standard shinobi issue. It isn't, Kakashi said. And this won't be standard training either. Naruto felt a surge of excitement. Sensei, what are we training for? Kakashi's eye curved into a serious, unreadable expression. For the threats you haven't told me about, he said softly. Because anyone who talks like you did last night, knows something dangerous is coming. Naruto froze. Kakashi stepped closer, lowering his voice. Whether you're hiding a vision, a warning, or something else, I won't pressure you. Quote. He paused. But I will make sure you're ready. Naruto's throat tightened. He didn't deserve this Kakashi. This Kakashi hadn't seen the future. Hadn't fought Madara. Hadn't trusted Naruto with the world. Yet here he was, choosing to believe him anyway. Naruto bowed his head. Thank you, Kakashi-sensei. Don't thank me yet, Kakashi sighed. You're going to hate what comes next. Naruto grinned. Try me. Quote. Kakashi's first secret test. Kakashi suddenly pulled down his high-tie 8. Naruto's eyes went wide. Wait, are you serious? The air shifted. Gravity seemed to bend. Even the trees shivered. The Sharingan. Kakashi wasn't holding back. Let's see how much you've really grown, Naruto. Don't blame me for fighting dirty then. Naruto formed 3 clones instantly, and Kakashi vanished. One clone popped. The second got pinned to the ground. The real Naruto barely had time to duck before a kunai sliced past his cheek. Naruto smirked, wiping the blood. He didn't need to fake it. Sharingan or not, I'm not the same idiot you knew yesterday. Quote. Kakashi's eye narrowed. Then show me. Sasuke arrives, silently. From the trees, hidden perfectly, Sasuke watched. He wasn't supposed to be up this early. He wasn't supposed to be here at all. But for some reason, he felt pulled. And what he saw shocked him. Naruto, the dead last Naruto, was fighting Kakashi head-on. With timing, with footwork, with composure Sasuke had never seen from him. Sasuke's heartbeat sped up. How? This can't be the same Naruto. For the first time, Sasuke felt something strange. Not rivalry, not disgust, Not irritation. But fear of being left behind. Climax of the secret fight. Naruto ducked a sweep, spun, and slammed his palm against the earth. Future experience kicked in. Eat this. Wind style. Kakashi's eyes widened. Gale palm. A blast of wind exploded outward, something Naruto shouldn't be able to do at this age. Kakashi had to jump back, actually impressed. Wind release at your age. You really are hiding something. Naruto landed, breathing fast but steady. I told you, Sensei, I won't let anything happen to Sasuke this time. Quote. Kakashi stiffened. He understood. Naruto wasn't fighting for power. He was fighting for a promise. A bond. A boy drowning in grief before he even understood it. Kakashi slowly lowered his kunai. That's enough for today. Naruto blinked. Did I pass? Kakashi gave him a rare, genuine smile. You passed the moment you said you would protect your teammate. Sasuke steps out. Leaves rustled. Kakashi instantly sensed him. Naruto already knew he was there. Sasuke stepped into the clearing, expression unreadable. You two are training without me. Naruto grinned. Wanna join next time? Sasuke stared at him, really stared. He saw confidence, strength, something shining in Naruto he had never seen before. Don't fall behind, Dobe. Naruto's grin widened. Same to you, team. But deep inside, Naruto felt something warm. The future was already changing. Sasuke was already shifting. Part 1 wasn't over, but the cycle of darkness had already cracked. Training Ground 7 slowly brightened as the first rays of orange sunlight cut through the trees. Sasuke, Naruto, and Kakashi stood in a triangle of silence, the tension shifting into something new, something fragile, something that had never existed in the original timeline. For the first time, Sasuke wasn't looking at Naruto with irritation. He was looking at him with interest. And just the faintest trace of silent respect. Naruto could feel it. Kakashi definitely sensed it. And Sasuke hated that he sensed it. He folded his arms, expression cold as always. What was that wind technique? He asked, but his tone wasn't mocking. It was demanding. Naruto put his hands behind his head casually. Oh, that. Just something I've been working on. Sasuke narrowed his eyes. You never showed anything like that in the academy. Naruto shrugged. People change. Sasuke's jaw tightened. Yes, people change, but Sasuke wasn't used to Naruto changing first. For a moment, jealousy, not the ugly kind, but the kind born from fear, flickered behind his eyes. Because deep down, Sasuke had always carried a quiet terror. What if everyone else grows stronger? And I stay stuck? And then he remembered Itachi. And that fear burned into something colder. Naruto stepped forward, voice softer than usual. You don't have to do everything alone, you know. Sasuke froze. Those words hit too close. Too true. Too early. He masked the crack instantly. Don't say stupid things. Naruto smiled lightly. That's what you always say. Sasuke blinked at him, startled. Always. What do you mean, always? Naruto stiffened subtly. Kakashi stepped in before Sasuke could dig deeper. Alright, that's enough for this morning, Kakashi said. You two will meet tomorrow for official team training. This was extra. Sasuke glared at Naruto. We'll finish later. Naruto grinned. You're on. Sasuke turned and walked away, but something had changed in his posture. He wasn't walking like someone who saw Naruto as a nuisance. He was walking like someone who saw Naruto as a rival worth watching, a teammate worth acknowledging, a presence strong enough to challenge his loneliness. Naruto watched him go. Kakashi watched Naruto watching him. After Sasuke leaves, Kakashi's quiet question. Kakashi let out a slow breath. You handled that well, Naruto. Naruto didn't look at him. I just don't want him to end up. He stopped himself. Kakashi's tone softened. Broken. Naruto didn't answer. He didn't need to. Kakashi put a hand on his shoulder. Remember something, Naruto, a single moment of kindness can change the course of a life. Even an Uchiha's. Naruto swallowed hard. Kakashi withdrew his hand and gave a half smile. You're doing more than you think. With that, Kakashi vanished in a swirl of leaves. Naruto stood alone in the clearing. Or so he thought. A pair of eyes, watching from afar. High above, perched on a thick branch, arms folded, mask blank. Anbu cat, Yugao. She had been watching since the moment Sasuke arrived. Through the shadows, through the quiet tension between Naruto and Kakashi. She whispered into her mask. So this is the Jinchuriki's potential. But then she looked toward the direction Sasuke had gone. And the Uchiha boy spoke more words today than in the last year. She said nothing more, but she leapt away toward the Hokage tower. Because this was something the third Hokage needed to know. Third Hokage's office, minutes later. Hiruzen Sarutobi listened patiently as the Anbu knelt before him. Naruto's improvement, his strange maturity, the sudden deep conversation between Naruto and Sasuke. Kakashi taking initiative to train Naruto personally. Sarutobi stroked his beard thoughtfully. So, Naruto has begun taking steps to reach Sasuke early. Quote, Yugao nodded. Yes, Lord Hokage. And Sasuke? Sarutobi asked softly. How did he react? He listened, she said simply. Sarutobi leaned back in his chair. That one word said more than a full report. Interesting, the elderly Hokage murmured. Very interesting. Naruto Uzumaki, just what path are you walking now? His eyes drifted toward the photo of the fourth Hokage, Naruto's father, though Naruto didn't know yet. Minato, he whispered to the picture. Your son may be changing not just his fate, but Sasuke's as well. Naruto walking home, a strange feeling. As Naruto walked back, something inside him trembled. Not fear, not anxiety, but a sensation he had felt only a few times before. Change. Real, timeline-shifting change. Because in the original timeline, Sasuke never followed Naruto secretly. Sasuke never watched his training. Sasuke never cared about Naruto's strength. Sasuke never felt threatened this early. Naruto clutched his fist. This is good. This is really good. But he wasn't stupid. Saving Sasuke wouldn't be solved in a day. A single spark wouldn't stop the fire waiting ahead. The massacre's truth. Itachi's burden. Danzo's manipulation. Orochimaru's temptation. Sasuke's obsession with revenge. Naruto had cracked the darkness. But it would fight back. And Naruto knew the next battle wouldn't be physical. It would be emotional. At the Uchiha compound, a moment that wasn't supposed to happen. Sasuke returned home, but instead of going inside, he found someone waiting for him. A tall figure, black hair, calm eyes. Sasuke's breath hitched. Itachi. Itachi looked at him quietly. You were up early today. Sasuke stiffened, heart racing. Itachi rarely spoke to him like this, softly, openly, without coldness. How did you? Were you watching me? Itachi smiled faintly. I was passing by. It was a lie. He had been watching Naruto. Watching Kakashi. Watching Sasuke's reaction to something new. Something unpredictable. Sasuke, Itachi said gently, you seem troubled. Sasuke looked away. I'm not. You are. It's just Naruto, Sasuke muttered. Itachi tilted his head slightly. Uzumaki Naruto. Yeah, he's acting weird. Stronger, different. Itachi kept watching him. And that bothers you? Sasuke's fist tightened. Number. Itachi raised an eyebrow. Sasuke's voice lowered. Maybe. Itachi didn't smile. Didn't tease. He placed a hand on Sasuke's head, something he hadn't done in a long time. Sasuke, he said softly, strength isn't something you chase alone. If Naruto is growing stronger, then learn from him. Sasuke snapped his head up. And Itachi finished. You don't have to walk your path alone. Sasuke froze. Naruto had said almost the same thing. Two different voices, two different worlds, both saying the one thing Sasuke had always needed to hear. His heart trembled, and with it, the future trembled too. Naruto's apartment, night. Naruto lay on his bed, staring at the cracked ceiling. He didn't know about Itachi's words. He didn't know Sasuke had been seen. He didn't know the Hokage had been informed. But he felt one thing clearly. I changed something today. A small smile spread across his face. Then his eyes hardened. Tomorrow, I go even further. I'll win Sasuke's trust, before the darkness even finds him. He closed his eyes. Kurama's faint echo rumbled inside him. Brat, don't forget, fate doesn't like being rewritten. Quote, Naruto smiled in the dark. Too bad. I'm rewriting it anyway. Night settled slowly over Konoha, wrapping the village in a quiet, calm darkness. At Training Ground 3, Sasuke sat on a stone, arms crossed, eyes filled with the same old pain, yet tonight, something else was there too. Confusion. Naruto stood in front of him, covered in dirt and dust from training, but his eyes were burning with a determination that refused to fade. Sasuke, there's something you need to know. Sasuke glanced up, frowning. What? Naruto came closer and sat beside him. You're not alone, and I won't let you walk down that path where you lose yourself. I don't care how many times you push me away. Sasuke went silent. The weight he carried shook for just a moment. And what if I want to go down that path? His voice wasn't angry this time, just quietly scared. Naruto clenched his fist. Then I'll pull you back, like I couldn't do in the future. Sasuke's heart skipped. Future. Naruto almost said more, but stopped. It wasn't time yet. He just added, softly. This time, I won't let you break. For the first time, Sasuke looked straight into his eyes. Not with the Sharingan, not with revenge, just as a boy who had been alone for too long. And for a moment, he felt something he hadn't in years. Someone was trying to understand him. Someone wasn't giving up. A tiny smirk tugged at Sasuke's lips. Dobe, when will you ever change? Naruto laughed. Never. Fixing people like you requires someone like me. The air between them shifted. Light, warmer than before. The first crack appeared in the darkness surrounding Sasuke. Suddenly, a cold wave of chakra ripped through the forest, so sharp and unfamiliar that both boys instinctively stepped back. Sasuke narrowed his eyes. What was that? Naruto's face hardened. That chakra wasn't supposed to exist in this timeline. Sasuke, our real trouble is just beginning. Sasuke activated his Sharingan. Good. Let it come. Naruto tightened his fist. Part 1 ends here. The real game starts now. Together, they sprinted toward the source of the chakra. Naruto with hope, Sasuke with a slowly opening light. And the forest echoed with their footsteps, racing toward a future where, for the first time, Sasuke's darkness might just be stopped before it ever takes root. Thank you.